Hello, this is Chris from Pet Care. Just wanted to touch base and discuss a little bit about All Hallows Eve. Instead of the scary things that you guys see, like mummies, ghouls, every third kid dressed up as Deadpool this year, we tend to see worms, maggots, poop, vomit, and all sorts of gross stuff. That's right, definitely do not ever play bobbing for apples at a vet clinic. There's always going to be something weird bobbing in there that you do not want to grab. That being said, one of the scariest things we hear at this time of year is going to be the people calling saying, "My dog got into chocolate." And that is definitely a scary thing. See, chocolate contains two methylxanthines, which are stimulants. 90% of the methylxanthines are theobromine, and the other 10% is a sister, caffeine. Obviously, we know all about caffeine, and we know what caffeine overdoses tend to do with us. It's going to be very similar in dogs. The effects of chocolate kind of come in three different stages. If they ingested, it usually takes about 30 minutes to 2 hours to start to take effect. In low doses, it'll cause vomiting and diarrhea. Usually it's self-limiting. Once you get to the more moderate doses, it tends to cause an elevated heart rate, hyperactivity. They tend to have a increased urine production, and potentially some arrhythmias can occur with the heart as well. At that stage, we definitely want to try to dilute out some of the methylxanthines with IV fluids. We want to try to help them get metabolized, and definitely hospitalization needs to be done. Unfortunately, we do see very high doses, which can lead to tremors and seizures as well. And unfortunately, when they get to that point, the fatality rate is pretty high as well. Definitely the best treatment is, in this case, prevention. It's try to keep the the Halloween candy, as well as the cocoa powder, chocolate chips, and the kicker of all things that I've seen was marijuana-infused dark chocolate-covered coffee beans. That was an interesting one. Let's keep that up where dogs can't get to it. And if they get to it, call us quick. The quicker we can decontaminate them by getting them to vomit up the chocolate and get some activated charcoal into their GI tract, the better the situation is going to be. Unfortunately, there is no antidote for chocolate. Now, some of you are probably saying, didn't I call you last week and you said there was no concern about my dog eating chocolate? It's possible. If we have chocolate that's diluted out into baked goods, for instance, or with white chocolate or even low doses of milk chocolate, for a medium to larger breed dog, it takes a fair amount. So oftentimes we do just have people watch them. However, when we get into cocoa nibs, semi-sweet chocolate, we start talking about dark chocolate, Mexican chocolate, cocoa powder. All of those can be very deadly, even at small amounts. So treatment does need to be initiated if your dog gets into that. One final note is the cat. Now, I didn't really mention cats because we just don't see toxicity in cats that often. It's not that it's not toxic in cats. In fact, pound for pound, cats are way more sensitive to chocolate than dogs are. The big difference is they don't like the bitter taste of chocolate, and they don't typically like the sweet taste of the sugars that go along with it as well. So it's rare to actually see a cat eat it. Instead, they're over there knocking it off the counter to the dog, and it's their way to try to get the dog out of the house. So remember, let's keep the kids' chocolate for ourselves and not share with the dog this year. And definitely have a happy, safe Halloween. All right, thanks.